Hello again everyone, this is Vincent and this is episode 14 of the Steambirds Survival Let's Play on Kongregate. Sorry that this is very long in the making, over 2 months, according to the YouTube upload thingy, video manager, but everyone on the Stone Dragons team has our exams coming up in November. Yes, we do our exams at the end of the year, not May, in the middle of the year, as in the northern hemisphere. So that is why our channel has been so quiet, and I've just been watching the views on our videos going up very slowly. So yes, the reason this episode is slightly longer than normal, around 3 and a bit minutes longer, is because this is the last episode of the Steambirds Survival series. So yes, you do see me die in this, but it isn't exactly the last video I'll be putting up. I will be putting up one last video for Steambirds, which I hope has most of the boring bits taken out. That is all the clicking and dragging stuff, and I've sped up most of the flying past the anti-aircraft gun scenes, so that will be quite long because it puts all the everything from the previous episodes together, but most of the boring bits should be removed. That will take around 20 minutes, and depending on how long it will take me to edit it, I will be putting it out after this one. Maybe next week if I'm very lucky, or if I'm unlucky, a few months. Yeah, so you will be put out of your misery soon. Trademark. Yeah, so I have 11 minutes to talk about stuff. No more bad jokes for now. I may have to use them for other videos when I've run out of ideas. So for this video, I'm going to be covering another discussion on social norms, something like that. Like, similar to the how to address people video that I did a few months ago. But this one's going to be slightly more relevant because maybe in modern day society, no one cares about whether you call someone ma'am or something like that. But I think this one might hit home a bit better, so I've chosen how to talk about how to sympathise. Hopefully, sympathy is a appreciated value in modern culture. So, like, say, for this discussion, you have to take the situation of something like a close friend or family member has died, and obviously they're grieving or distressed, or something else that causes them distress, like being not violated. Someone's wronged them in some way, maybe. Violated just has negative connotation of pedophilia, maybe, I don't know. So the question I'm just asking is, how do you sympathize in these sorts of situations? I'm just looking around. I can see several unhelpful replies or reactions. I mean, so like, for example, if you're like me and don't have a real sense of what to do, and you try and take cookie cutter approach while looking pretty unsincere, it doesn't work. So, for example, I saw this one on Big Bang Theory. Like, Penny's obviously distressed at something, I can't remember what, but Sheldon just says, there. Like, it's a cookie cutter expression. I'm not sure exactly what it means, but it's Sheldon, and you know he's not being sincerely sympathetic. You know, he's selfish. Don't know what to call him. I think he's selfish. Or self-centered, or just doesn't understand other people. Like me, unfortunately. Yeah, the first thing I think when I see that is, unhelpful Sheldon, don't try that again, sort of thing. Look, another question you could ask is it better to just remain silent and sit next to them, not really doing much, just looking sad, or should you actually try comfort them? And like try comforting them, try saying stuff to them, stuff like that. Silence, I can see how it works. Like your like maybe the fact that you're there, your presence comforts them, even if you don't do anything. Just look sad, look like you you empathize in some way. Slightly different from sympathizing. I don't have a dictionary with me. Or you try comforting. Yeah, use other responses. And definitely unhelpful one is just say get over it. Yeah, as a response I'll give it 0.5 out of 10. Like 0.5 just because you're trying to help, but it's obviously but the fact that you say get over it means you have no sense that you have no sense that they actually feel distressed, and one does not simply get over distress or grief. And similar to the Sheldon one, but works slightly better, is I know exactly how you feel. I mean, if you can act it very well, or you actually do know how they feel, and you can say it in a sincere manner, I can see how it would work. But it also depends on the other person appreciating that sort of response, which I think most people do if they're grieving. I'm not sure. I've never tried it before. But if you do it incorrectly, like I know exactly how you feel in a Sheldon-like manner, I don't think it'll work. I know exactly how you feel. Sounds sarcastic, maybe. On a side note, it's similar to I just read this thing about men and women, like how they try and comfort other people. I'm not sure if it's true in general or if it's just blatantly false or something in the middle. I read that men tend to try solve problems. Like if someone's complaining, oh, I locked my car key in the car, la di da da, I had to wait 5 hours to get someone to get it out. I read that men are more likely to say, oh, you should have done la di da da da, la di da da da, should have checked, should have had backup, la di da da. Whereas women are more likely to say, oh, I know exactly how you feel, goes into their own anecdote about how they lock their key in the car, blah da da da. And supposedly the reason that men and women don't get along is because of these two different approaches. Men want this solve problem, hit with hammer approach, whereas women want the, oh, I know exactly how you feel, emotional, comforting, la da da. The solving problem approach. If any of you on the internet are still Bible literate, that might be me having a negative view of modern day society. I mean, like the Bible still has good ethics in it, but if you are Bible literate, the solving problem approach is, I think it's called Job's friends. I'm not sure if it's an English phrase or just Bible phrase. Job's friends basically, oh, you did this, you must have done this wrong. That's how you must fix it. That's why that happened. That's why you are suffering currently. Yeah, it doesn't really comfort. Like, I think in the first few chapters they sit down and be silent. That kind of helps. But then they go into this massive tirade and discussion in poetic language about why Job is suffering. Oh, and this last solution I've got, I don't think it might help. Hugging. I'm not the kind to hug. I think it's a more female thing. I'm not sure. Don't want to stereotype. And just another subset of distress or grief is if the cause of the grief is the person feels that the cause of the grief is someone else, like someone else has wronged them, like a victim of crime is getting off too lightly and they think they should be getting punished more and that'll make them feel better. So if, even if you don't agree with their perspective, per se, like say, oh, if they say, oh, they should get life sentence because they killed, it's not, I'll never see my family member put whatever title again. They should get life in jail, that sort of thing. Or if you're in America, maybe death sentence might be more the level of seriousness that you think of. Even then, Texas. Am I generalizing again? Texas and being gung-ho about death sentencing. Like, even if you don't agree with their moral stance per se on how harsh a punishment the wrongdoer should get, do you act as if you feel angry with them, even if you don't exactly agree with their position, or B, should you just go flat out say, no, this person is getting a just punishment even if you don't think that is right, la-di-da-di-da. And I still have a minute or so left to talk about stuff, so it's a slight tangent. Maybe it's got something to do with knowing what other people feel and how to act according to it, but how do you nicely reject someone? I mean, I don't have this problem, foreveralone.jpg, but if someone's like obsessive about you, maybe not obsessive, but it's pretty obvious that they're infatuated with you, how do you deal with them? Following you around, they're almost stalking you. What do? Do you just say, no, I don't love you? Broken heart. Or do you have to be diplomatic and say, oh, go into a very, very long speech and say, I don't have the same feelings as for you, blah, 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 could we just be friends? And hopefully the 40-minute speech will distract them long enough to soften the blow from the last sentence. I don't know. Please comment. Not that I have this problem, but the sympathy one is more relevant, I think. So, because I will be coming to an end of this series, except for the continuous play, I'm not sure what is going to happen for the audio track for that one. But, just considering stuff I'll be doing for in the future, continuous Steambirds. Maybe I could shoutcast my friends' games for League of Legends, or just do my own thing in League of Legends. And actually got some real games, stuff that isn't just flash games. Oh, there, I died there in the Steambirds. Yeah, I might be doing Let's Plays of them. So, it looks like I am out of time here, and I will see you sometime in the future then.